Oh, hello there. Just reading up on New Zealand music. Of course, New Zealand Music Month here in May. Taranaki Times was out and about last night, Saturday night. We went down to the Surfriders Club to interview Darren Watson, and that was a gig that was organised by the Bell Street Blues Show every Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the most. And we also took the opportunity to talk to a number of the radio presenters on the most, Mr. Pete Bennett and Grahame Donan was there last night, so we had a chat to them, as well as a nice interview with Darren Watson. So we're up here at the most. It's Sunday and there's been a few shows going on. I do a show myself every Sunday, 4 to 5 p.m. with Singer-Songwriter Sunday. Prior to that is the Bell Street Blues Show. It's shared about by different presenters. Murray, you'll be the judge. McEwen hosted today's show. And from 5 to 6 every Sunday, there's a brand new show called What's It All About, Andy, and we've interviewed Andy Basset for his show, and getting feedback from each of the different radio presenters and what they feel about the most. So hope you enjoyed the programme. Cheers, thank you. Hello everybody, you're very welcome to Taranaki Times. We're here at the New Plymouth Surfriders Club with Darren Watson beside me here, having a wee Mike's Smile Day.
Mike's loving it, man. Tasty stuff.
How many years have you been playing with this band?
Oh man, well, me and the drummer go back to high school, so since I was like 14, so 30 years.
Well, it's a long time.
Yeah, we're like brothers, man.
And with blues music that you listen to, I know it's an old cliche question, but who are your influences?
Oh man, my influences go way beyond blues, but from a blues point of view, I think Skip James, Sunhouse, the old guys, you know, Robert Johnson obviously, but I'm also really into like early B.B. King. Yep. Like, I mean, before 1965, before he got discovered by the white audience, so to speak. I
heard you talking about your guitar as you come up. Can you tell the viewers what style of guitar what make of guitar you're playing?
I've got a few. I've got an old, really old, well not that old I guess, a 58 Gibson LG2, which I do my acoustic stuff on, which is beautiful. The rest of them are Fenders, pretty much, Strats. Various types, and a Reverend Jetstream 390, which is cheap and cheerful kind of Korean thing that I use slide for slide. And
this is especially for all the guitar gigs.
Yeah, they're everywhere, man.
Yeah. Many thanks, Darren.
Thank you, man. Nice to meet you.
Best of luck for your gigs.
All right, cheers, man.
Happy days.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the mics. Cheers.
Well, it ain't but the one thing that makes me drink. I get tired of how you treat me, baby. Love is an ocean I just can't cross. Trust is a mountain I just can't climb. Too many sands.
Standing beside Mr. Grahame Donan here. A man with great musical knowledge, wealth of knowledge, and how many years have you been broadcasting on the most, Grahame?
It's about 8.5 years now.
Yeah.
So it's it's been an interesting voyage, really. I was originally asked 8 years ago to do a jazz and blues show, and then I thought, well, you can't have jazz and blues and not have gospel or soul. So that got woven in, and then I started thinking, well, that's a bit boring too. So then I started weaving in world music, a lot of that WOMAD type stuff, you know. And I started listening to music when I was about, I think when I was about 8 or 9. One of my aunts, well, she wasn't actually my auntie, but a relative bought me a transistor radio, and I used to clamp it under my pillow and go to sleep listening to music. And if my parents came in, I always looked like I was asleep, but I was actually listening to Radio Luxembourg or Radio Caroline, one of those English pirate radio stations back then, you know. I just think it's the best thing, you know. This station's like a little treasure in this, not only in this town now, because it's much bigger than that, around Taranaki, and you know, you can pick it up in Turoa ski slopes, you can pick it up down in Foxton, you can pick it up all sorts of places, you know. And it's a little treasure, and you know, like I actually was one of the people that for a while there was nothing at all, but I was one of the people that broadcasted to 3 old folks' homes in the graveyard, you know.
My pleasure for having a wee chat with you here tonight. Thanks very much for taking the time out to have a chat.
Absolute pleasure.
Very wise words indeed.
Thank you, sir.
Happy days. Thank you. Very honoured to have Mr. Pete Bennett here, the mover and shaker in town and a member of the Bell Street Blues Club, presenting the most Bell Street Blues radio show every Sunday from 2 to 4. I'm not sure how long it is ago now since the most went off air, but I'd like to take this opportunity to really congratulate you, Pete, as one of the trustees of the most, for getting it on the air again. How is all that going at the moment in terms of how strong is the most?
It's going really well, actually. You know, I think August of this year is 2 years since it went off, and we got it back on, got a frequency and went back on again. And we're just so pleased to be able to sort of bring what the most is about to the public of Taranaki. And, you know, it's one of the big things this year, well actually late last year, was the fact that the TSB community grants, we were successful in getting a grant there, which we can upgrade a bit of gear and, you know, sort of do some stuff there, so we're really pleased for that to happen also. We do believe it's taking shape now, you know, it really is taking shape. And what's happening now, I think, is, or actually a testament to who's here tonight, you know, and because it's getting a good community feel now, so we're really happy with that.
Pete, thanks for taking time out to talk to us, and we'll let you back to enjoy a bit more of Darren Watson.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks, Anand. Yeah, awesome. Cheers, mate.
Here we are up at the most, and I'm sitting beside Mr. Murray McEwen, and you'll be the judge. Is that the name, your stage name?
Yes, you be the judge.
You'll be the judge, that's right. And just after finishing his Bell Street Blues show on every Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m.
It's been very enjoyable. The four guys who present the show, Bell Street Blues, we're all getting a buzz out of it. It's been presented in this format for about a year now. Replaced the previous blues show, and we decided that we'd do it on a roster basis, so once about every 4 weeks, and that gives the listeners the chance to hear different hosts' takes on the blues.
We've asked some of the other radio presenters and people involved with the most how good it is at the moment since coming back on air, and that journey of being out in the cold, really, of no radio station to a really good radio station at the moment. What do you think the current health of the most 100.4 FM is?
I think it's the most is doing really well now, from the pickup that I receive just from people in the street and people who speak to me during my working day. It's surprising the number of people that are actually tuned into the station, particularly over the weekend.
Future plans for the Bell Street Blues shows to continue as you're going? A few more live events, some really good shows?
Yes, we're hoping to have a few more live events. We're not going to make them too frequent, because we just want to maintain a good quality and have a chance to promote them and play the artists' CDs on the show and get people in the mood, and then have a build up towards each concert.
Yeah. That's a very wise approach, making of a good event. Murray McEwen, you'll be the judge. Thank you for joining me on Taranaki Times.
Thanks, Anand.
I'm with Andy Basset, and he hosts the show What's It All About, Andy? What's It All About, Andy, is a new show that started, it's probably the most recent, second most recent show that started on the most. How is it going for you so far?
Great, I think. Yeah, got a few people following it. It's got fans on Facebook, and I'm just loving doing the show.
You come up with a different theme every week, and it's very entertaining what you come up with. What's coming up next week, and why did you come to that decision, or have you made your mind up?
I have, actually, yes. Next week I've got Crime and Punishment. So yeah, various songs about criminals and judges and jails, and I fought the law, that kind of thing. Yeah.
The most is now up and running, and probably in its best state ever. What's your opinion of the station at the moment?
I think it's great, and I'm particularly glad that my show's on the Sunday, because I look at what's on the Sundays, and there's just great music all day long on there. And there have been some Sundays when I've got up in the morning and put the most on, and I've just gone around doing things around the house, and then I'll be sitting down about 4:30 and think, oh, that's right, I've got to do my own show soon.
Excellent. Andy Basset, thanks for taking time out to have a chat. We'll let you back to do your show.
Thank you very much.
Happy days.
Bye.